What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about front squats. This is a knee dominant lift, meaning you initiate the movement by driving the knees forward. That way you could sit straight down in a vertical plane to maximize force absorption and to allow you to maximize force output through the hips, legs, and core. We're going to go over two different variations. And how and why we would use either one of them, along with three different grips we can use based on how mobile your wrists are. In this exercise, you can either have your feet flat on the floor or on a slant board. You can buy these slant boards at different angles, or if you're like me, I just went to the hardware store and bought some wood and made it myself, and I just measured it to a 15-degree angle. Something that's been popping around gyms all over the world. And the reason is just to help feed a more upright position. But the big question is when do you know if you need the slant board or not? All right, so a subjective measure would be when you squat, do you feel like you need to tip forward? If so, use the slant board. An objective measure would be a simple hip flexion test, where you lay on the ground, grab your knee with both hands and pull it to your chest. If you can bring your knee to your chest at about a 120-degree angle, you're probably good and do not need the slant board. If you're anywhere below that, you'd want to use the slant board. Now, our arms and legs move in the same arc pattern. So for the sake of the video, this would be 0 degrees, this would be 90, 180 right here. All right, so now we're looking at 120 degrees somewhere in this vicinity. And this is where we want to be able to pull our knee in this hip flexion test. All right, so you're going to grab the knee with both hands on each side of the upper leg bone and then kind of squeeze your hands together to lock that bone into place. So here's about 90 degrees. Now we're going to pull it back to the point where the opposite leg does not lift, or to where your lower back can stay flat on the ground. If your lower back's not flat on the ground, you have to take the leg back down to where it's flat, and that's your measurement. So for me, I can feel my back, my opposite leg is staying down, and this is about what I got. So we're just a little bit past 90 degrees, okay? We're not into that 120 or more range of motion. So this qualifies me as a slant board squatter. If you're beyond that, past 120 degrees, you can pull your knee all the way to your chest, you should have no problem squatting deep, just feet flat on the floor. For the front squat, you got three grip options. The first one will be the cross grip. So come under the bar, cross the hands, keep the hands touching, grab the bar as best as you can, raise your elbows so that you can feel the shoulder muscle as a pad, and then unrack it and go for it. The next one would be for somebody that has really kind of tight wrists. So you got these wrist wraps. You could also use a towel, but basically pull it through the loop here. Tighten it down. Okay. Now, grab these loops right at the base of the bar, come under, and then just drive those elbows up. And then you're off to the races with the squat. Third grip would be the traditional front rack. This is what you'd see like Olympic weightlifters doing. You basically just hook two fingers on the bar, drive the elbows up, and then you're good to go. So it'll look like this. All right, unrack it. Those are your three options. None of them are better or worse. It's just working with what you got. For those of you using the front rack position and it just feels a bit congested up into your upper body and your arms feel like they can't really fully get into position, Go into this child's pose position, palms flat on the floor with your elbows just in front of your knees. Because we want to try to get as much pressure towards the thumb and pointer finger as possible as we push into the ground. You want to look ahead a little bit, and we just want to take some breaths in, focusing on driving it into our upper back. The inhales can be nice and easy, and then just nice long exhales. Every time you exhale, push into the ground harder. Try to feel the upper back expand, and then repeat. Go for about 5 breaths per set, and repeat this as much as you need until it starts to feel like you're getting a little bit more open in the upper back.